He's Nate G. I'm Sahara, and welcome back to The Insider. Today, for the first time in the Insider's history, we have a special guest. He's 6'1", 190 from Santa Maria. You guys all know him by Josh. Welcome, Josh.
So Josh,
Hey, thank you for joining us today.
An
We're
honor to
really
be here. I
excited.
didn't know I was the first guest. That's awesome.
Really excited to have you guys here. Yeah, today we're gonna talk about many topics in the NBA, but we're gonna start off. Is Steve Nash underrated as a head coach? Nate.
this was a big question that was introduced to the opening season, and honestly, being him having no experience and him having one of the three best players in the NBA right now, I feel like he's doing really good. I mean, the Nets are 21-12, and they are second place in the conference, and they're on a 7-game win streak. So honestly, I feel like Steve Nash is doing pretty good as a head coach. How about you, Josh? What do you think about Steve Nash and his performance?
Yeah, I was just looking at the statistics that you just said. They're second place in the East, just behind the 76ers. And not only that, like if you look at the game, like the last few games, they've been destroying teams. So I think like Steve Nash needs to get credit, honestly. Like
That's facts, dude, and especially because bro, KD, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, like you can't get
exactly,
any
like
better than that, really.
like to to
And
be to be to be able to like uh get those three players to work together. You know, those are three franchise players, and he's getting them to work together. That's awesome.
yeah, they're all averaging more than 20 points a game. KD has 29 points per game. Kyrie Irving has 27 points per game, and James Harden has 25 points per game. So that's freaking crazy, dude. How they're like literally destroying teams, like Josh said.
And for someone who's a first-time head coach, he's doing such a good job because
Yeah,
it's like hard to be able to handle like three superstars because all three of them are superstars: James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie. Like they could all be a franchise player for any team in the NBA. So much props to Steve Nash as a first-time head coach.
yeah. And regarding to that, when they beat the Lakers, a lot of people were saying that that the Nets can beat them again after Anthony Davis, since Anthony Davis was hurt, obviously, but Kevin Durant was also missing. So Anthony Davis was missing for the Lakers, and then you got Kevin Durant missing for the Nets. So do you think if both of those players played, do you think it would make a difference in the score? Or do you think it kind of evened out since they were both missing?
Um, it's hard because Kevin Durant is way better than Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis brings so much to the Lakers defensively.
Yeah,
So I feel like it would have a different impact. Um, for sure, it's gonna be way much of a closer game than it was how we saw like this past week. But I feel like the Lakers could win. What do you think, Josh?
I honestly don't think it's gonna make a difference. This is a
no,
topic I think
Yeah,
this is a topic that we're gonna get into. But I honestly like I'm a Laker fan, diehard
yeah.
Laker fan, grew up a
yeah,
Laker fan. But I think the Lakers are overrated, and I hope they make it to the championship. But the team that they have, they try to plug in pieces, and I don't think it's working at the level that it did last season.
We were gonna
yeah.
save that topic to the end. The Lakers are overrated, but since you brought it up,
Yeah,
I
my
I I
bad.
it's okay. I do think the Lakers are overrated. What you think, Nate?
Um, they did say that a lot of teams were affected because of playing in the bubble. Like, we saw the Suns, and they were playing so well. They were like going undefeated, but they still didn't make it to the next round. But and they were bringing up the conversation like, you think the Nets or the Suns could be as good as they are when they were in the bubble? Um, but I'm starting to think that the Lakers could be a bit. I honestly think they're a bit overrated. Yeah, like Josh said, they are trying to plug in pieces that they try to force but don't really make sense because we can tell by the way that they play. So, with that being said, I don't know. Me seeing that Anthony Davis is gone and how the Lakers are playing and how they were getting smacked by different teams, it's like kind of hard to make a bold decision here. So I don't know. Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm kind of stumped on this one.
yeah, and exactly. Like as a Lakers fan, like you hope for the best. Like I still
Yeah,
think they're the team to beat. Like no matter what, like in the West,
yeah,
they're gonna be the team to beat. But the problem is that it's not the same team as last year. You look at all these teams that are amazing. They have a big three. If you look at
yeah,
76ers, they have Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, and Ben Simmons. You look at the Nets, you have KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. You look at the Lakers, it's LeBron, AD, and then who's next? Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell. Like
Yeah.
Kentavious Caldwell Pope, like KCP,
Alex
like
Caruso.
like
No.
Caruso, like So it's they should be trying to see. They should have got Victor Oladipo. I would have loved that. I would have loved if it would have got Victor Oladipo, but the pieces plugging in, or they tried to plug in this season, aren't working at all cylinders as they did last season.
Yeah.
By the way, Victor Oladipo is a Houston Rocket. I know the Rockets aren't going to go nowhere, but at least we got him here in Houston.
That was a good pickup too. It was a great pickup.
Yeah, you guys scored on that one.
Sadly, right now, I don't think we're going to go nowhere, but I feel like we have such a bright future with Christian Wood and like all these young pieces. And we got hella draft picks for James Harden. So that was good too.
Yep.
All right. Now we're going to talk about Kyrie demands the NBA logo to be changed to Kobe. How you feel about that, Josh?
I'm all for it. Grew up a Lakers fan, idolize Kobe, and I think it would look cool. I think the NBA needs a change. A lot of people, see the NBA logo and say, whatever, and I think it kind of does need a change. I don't think the NBA will do it because obviously it's going to cost millions of dollars to do so. But I also think that it will make, more revenue in the long run because there's so many diehard Kobe fans, like there's so many people that hated Kobe, but, with obviously his tragic death, like, people are starting to realize like, damn, like Kobe was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, do you think, because I'm totally for it too, like that'd be honestly dope. Like I posted it on my social media and me looking at it again, like dude, it would be a sick logo. But do you think him being the new face of the NBA as a logo wise, do you think it'd be more of because of his performance, or do you think it'd be more because of like his remembrance? Because I did see that question come up, as in, is if he does become it, if something a miracle happens and it becomes a logo, do you think it'd because of more of like, oh, like this is in remembrance of Kobe, or is it more of the performance that he has done in the NBA?
You could go first, Josh.
No, you go first. I went first last time. You go
I'm gonna go like the remembrance of Kobe, because like, I mean, I'm a Rockets fan growing up, still am right now, and like I hated Kobe growing up because he would always beat us in like the semifinals and the finals, and I'm like, darn. I'm like, darn, why? Like I would go to restaurants and then I'm like, see him on the big screen, like, oh, the Rockets lose again to the Lakers and Kobe, and I'm like, bro, come on. But like I see him right now and he did so much for the game. So I wouldn't mind that. I'm all for it. Like if we can change it, let's change it to Kobe, because the person he was on the court and off the court he was just special.
Exactly. Like I think I'm all for it because of his legacy. Exactly what Sahara just said. It wasn't just the person he was on the court, it was who he was off the court as well. And what I think in my mentality is, we see all these great legends, that we see them grow old, Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, they're slowly starting to get older, and you're able to see them still involved in the NBA. Sadly, we're not going to get that from Kobe. Like as much as we would have loved it, we're not going to. So let's put him in a place that we're never going to forget him, and we're never going to like have his legacy ever disappear,
I've never thought about that until right now. And
it hurts to say. Like it hits. Yeah, it hurts because like damn, like we're not gonna see Kobe Bryant like grow old.
Yeah.
Like I would have loved to see him as a coach or like a assistant coach. We're not able to see that. So put him in the NBA as a logo, or put him somewhere high that his legacy is gonna last forever.
Yeah. So
Nate.
I mean, yeah, like
and he's getting distracted.
No, it's because I'm looking at the starting lineup for the All-Star game, and I'm thinking of so many things, because that's the next topic we're going to go into, and I feel like we should probably talk about this now, because there's a lot of controversy in this starting lineup, because Zahara was saying it was a bit unfair, but I mean it looks pretty stacked on both sides to me. Like you got Kevin Durant captain at the Eastern, and then you got LeBron James in the Western, and the starting five for the Western Conference, you got LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Kawhi Leonard. And then in the Eastern Conference, you got Kevin Durant, Giannis, Bradley Beal, Joel Embiid, and Kyrie Irving. So it's like, dude, like, honestly, I don't know what team to go for, to be honest, because LeBron James has been in the All-Star game 17 times, and Kevin Durant's been in it for 11 times. And both teams, like I said, are freaking stacked. So who would you go for, Sahar, if you could choose between the Easterns and the Western?
Bro, no doubt. Well, I've been a LeBron James fan since he was in Miami Heat. So I'm going to go with Team LeBron. And I personally think he's a GOAT. But yeah, Team LeBron. Plus, he has Steph Curry, bro.
Okay, what about if it was just no preference, like no bias, just paper-wise? Like you just saw these 5 names on paper-wise. Who would you go for?
I feel Kevin Durant has better. He has a better team with Giannis and Joel Embiid. Just because I don't see nobody. I mean, Jokic could kind of size up with Embiid, but who's gonna stop Giannis if if Jokic is on him?
Good.
So Kevin Durant does have the better team overall.
Yeah.
You Josh?
I mean, so you would go for the Eastern Conference over the Western if it was on paper?
On paper.
Really? How about you, Josh? Who would you go for?
Same. I think, a lot of people are like, oh, size doesn't matter, but in reality, it kind of does. Because if you look at the team, the roster, okay, yeah, exactly what Sahara said. Joker could probably, do his best against Embiid, but he's someone that is strictly offense, struggles on defense, and Embiid is a beast, man. And, after that, you have Giannis, who I think, other than KD, is probably the hardest person to guard because of his strength. If he had a shot, Giannis is the greatest player, but he doesn't have a shot.
Yeah.
He doesn't. That's his downfall. So Giannis, I think, just his strength, his size. Who are you gonna put? LeBron? LeBron is too small for him. I hate to say it because LeBron's a beast and he's strong.
Yeah.
But LeBron can't keep up with, at his age, he can't keep up with Giannis. And then,
dude, imagine if Giannis had a jump shot. That'd be crazy, dude. Like, if he had a jump shot and just pulled up and just drained. Oh my God.
Have you guys ever seen videos of him when he first got into the league?
No.
Oh, he was bad.
Threes, dude.
Oh, he could.
He had a really good 3-point. Like he shot kind of like KD. You know how KD has like a weird release, like it's kind of.
He does. It's because he's really lengthy, so it's
yeah. That's exactly how Giannis shot until he bulked up and got huge. That's when
he was on roids.
That's when he lost all his shots. And I think, like, your two best players are going to be guarded, but then you leave the best scorer arguably in NBA history, top 3 maybe, in KD. And Sahara, I already see the look you're giving me, but KD is probably when it comes to pure scoring, and I'm involving Kobe. I'm involving Kobe as well. KD is just, he's a 7-footer that can drain threes. He could dunk. He could play defense. He's just so long, so lengthy. It's like me playing basketball with Sahara. Like, Sahara can't guard me.
Dang. Sheesh, Sahara got pressed.
No, but like, for real, like.
Hey, bro, watch out.
Yeah, but like it's. I think the East on paper is a lot better.
Hey, but he just got a point with Giannis. So like we can go example for Josh. I mean, Josh is probably good at shooting, but that boy is bulking up now. So I mean, you can catch him in the paint. He's gonna dunk on you pretty hard.
Bro,
so
I went to play. I went to go play basketball yesterday. Normally, I could drain threes like nothing, bro. I can't drain threes anymore.
He's another Giannis. He's another Giannis.
Yeah, I'm like it's really bad. Like my form and everything feels okay, but my shot was just off yesterday. I was just like, oh God.
Do you guys think Kawhi Leonard is good as a basketball player?
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's a bit overrated. Like I honestly do not like Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, he won a championship with the Raptors, but when he played with the Clippers and just seeing them fall apart, I don't know. Like I just kind of didn't like the dude. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna say, bro. I feel like he's so overrated, dude. Cause in Toronto, he wasn't even what's it called? It wasn't even his team. It was Fred. He was a Fred VanVleet, whatever. He was a leader of the team. He was the heart and soul of the Toronto Raptors. Yes, Kawhi was the best player on that team, but he wasn't. It wasn't his team. What to say to me. I just wanted to say that I agree with you that he's so overrated. I don't know why people compare him to LeBron sometimes. Like you watch like FS1 and like they compare Kawhi to LeBron. I'm like, bro, if you could compare one player right now to LeBron, it's KD.
Yeah. Now, what about Kyrie versus Stephen Curry? If you could choose one to be on your team, who would you guys choose?
Bro,
Kawhi.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry is my favorite player, but if I had to start a franchise, I would choose Kawhi.
Explain.
No. I think okay. I said Kyrie. I think I said Kawhi on accident. Okay, if you could
He's
choose
like he's
one franchise starting
I said
player.
Kyrie. My bad. I knew who you said.
Oh,
My
okay.
bad.
Okay,
Yeah, I said
Kyrie,
Kyrie.
and then
Yeah.
Sahar, you said Stephen Curry.
all right. I'm gonna explain why Steph Curry. Steph Curry, he's able to move without the ball so well, and Kyrie, he needs the ball way more. And I just that's just me. Offensively, it's gonna be way harder to guard Steph Curry because the way he moves without the ball.
Yeah, I probably have to go with. I like Kyrie Irving, but I probably would go with Stephen Curry too. I agree with Sahar said. He can. It's good to move. It's good to be able to move with the ball and to create plays, but it's also important to create plays without the ball, like creating that separation, creating space, and just keep
Steph Curry all the way.
pieces to your offense to score really well. And I feel like Stephen Curry has done that pretty well with the Golden State Warriors so far and stuff. But yeah, and then we can go to the reserves. So I remember you telling me that you believe that um that Lucas should start over Damian Lillard, right?
Yes, bro. I saw over Twitter that Dame should be a starter over Luca, and I was like, bro. And then wasn't like the next game, Luca just dropped a buzzer beater. I was like, bro,
Oh yeah, he did.
this is why Luca should be a starter over Dame. I feel Dame is a good player. To me, he's overrated sometimes. But I was talking to Josh about this. But I feel like Dame is a bit overrated.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're talking about buzzer beaters, Damian Lillard did. He has some pretty game-changing buzzer
I
beaters,
think
like when
Damian
they played
Lillard,
against.
when it comes in the clutch, he's the best player
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
So
about?
if you're going by like buzzer beaters and everything, like, but if you're going by statistics, I still think
Luca.
Luca has the advantage. Because,
Yeah,
like, watch, I have it here right now. Um,
It's
Luca
close
leads.
though.
Yeah, it's close. It's close. But Luca leads the Mavs in points, rebounds, assists, and steals, and he's right behind second place in blocks. Damian Lillard only leads in points and assists, and it's not only that. Like, he only has 1 point more in points per game. He has like 6 rebounds less per game, and he has one less assist. So in reality, Luca deserves it.
And I
yeah.
would
Luca,
take Luca all
Luca's a
day.
perfect franchise player. Like he's literally perfect for the Mavs. Like he's just, he's just literally, he's that key player for the Mavs. Sorry, you were saying
Nah, you go. I was about to say that I'll take Luca any day over Dame. And plus, I loved how Dallas picks their players because they love the European players, bro. Like they've always had a European player. That's just me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
go.
no go.
No, go because I wanted to switch the topic from basketball to something else. And since we're on basketball, go.
No, I think personally it's kind of like it also you have to also remember who's choosing these people. It's not just like the players or the association. It's the people that are choosing them. That's why Klay Thompson was even voted in when he hasn't played in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Who's more likable? Luca, that he's always like goofing around, kicking the ball, he's always smiling, or is it Damian Lillard that always has like a bad attitude? He's always talking crap and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
So I
facts.
think
That
I
is
think
pretty
that has
facts.
that has, that has a lot to do. Like I love Damian Lillard. I think he's number 2 when it comes to point guard behind Steph Curry.
Fine
But
stuff.
yeah, but I think it has to do with a lot of his persona, like who he is, how he is, and the team he's around. Obviously, Trailblazers are a better team than the Dallas Mavericks. You know, if you look at Mavericks last year, what they were able to do with that team was amazing. And then they got rid
Yeah.
of a few pieces this season, kind of do like what the Lakers did. I got rid of some pieces and try to like rebuild, and they did it
Readjust.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we talked about basketball, and I wanted to switch. I just wanted to get in Nate's face for this because I know he doesn't like Real Madrid. I'm not sure if you watch soccer, Josh, but I'm a Real Madrid fan and he's a Barca fan. And I just wanted to say Real Madrid took the dub against Atalanta without 9 of our soccer players. We're missing 9 players and we still beat them 1-0. So I just
But
wanted to say Barca sucks.
you've been coming for me for the past week about Barca, bro. I get it. They're trash right now. We're not going to talk about them. Man. It's embarrassing to talk about. So let's just move on to the NFL. I feel like that.
Wait. No. I got a question. I honestly don't know anything about soccer. I don't watch soccer. I don't like soccer. I don't mind playing, but to watch it, I think it's the most boring sport on earth. But what's it called? Do you think Messi is leaving? That's my question. And if you were in Barca's situation, what would you do? Would you let Messi leave, or would you try to like salvage like Messi, like the relationship with Messi?
Well, I mean, Messi has been wanting to be traded. Like he has been wanting to leave, just because of the fact that Barcelona, like, they are falling apart. And I feel like right now they're trying to hold on to Messi because, I mean, dude, it's Messi. Like, he's been with the club for so long. He's literally the only good player on the team that I feel like makes a difference, because obviously we've seen the other players and they really can't really do anything. And like Messi, I feel like is the one that's holding everyone together. If Messi leaves, I feel like a lot of players of Barcelona will leave too. And it's crazy because like when Ronaldo left Real Madrid, they were going up and down in their season, but now like they're doing really well. And I feel like Barcelona won't be able to do that. So if Messi, I would like to see Messi leave. I feel like it'd be dope if he plays in the Italian league with Ronaldo, just to see how he would cope with that league. Because I mean, dude, Ronaldo right now, he's playing amazing with freaking Juventus. So I feel like they're trying to salvage Messi, but I feel like he should leave.
Sahara.
Okay, if Messi leaves, I want him to go to Man City, and I need Juventus to trade Ronaldo to Man United. Then it could be a rival again. That's what I want as a soccer fan. Imagine if they both end their career in the Premier League, because right now the best league, I think we could argue, it's either the Bundesliga or it's the Premier League. Both of those leagues are doing really well. So if they can end up both in the Premier League playing against each other, I feel like that's perfect for like any soccer fan. So I would
just seeing that rivalry back. Yeah,
I would want to see Messi leave.
Yeah. So, all right, on to the NFL. So, all right, what you got for us?
So we have 2 major trade rumors. So JJ Watt has picked his 3 teams. He has the Green Bay Packers, my team, the Buffalo Bills, and what was the other team? I forget.
Was it the Raiders?
It wasn't the Raiders.
Maybe it's the Steelers to play with his brother.
Dude, I'm telling you, I want that to happen so bad. That would be freaking dope if he plays with his brother. That would be literally legit.
In my opinion, I think he's going to Green Bay. You know, he's from Green Bay. You know, went to Wisconsin and everything. You know, like I think it would be the best thing. If you look at Green Bay Packers in general, they lack defense. Their defense was horrible last season. Aaron Rodgers carried that team, and to get a player,
choked.
Yeah, and to get a player like JJ Watt, and obviously a lot of it comes down to that one cornerback king. I think number 20. He completely lost the game for them. Completely lost the game, and I hope he loses his job. But
he's a free agent. He's out, bro.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's gone.
Damn, feel like screw this guy.
Yeah, and I think getting a player like that would help Green Bay a lot.
So I have it. It's the Browns, the Packers, and the Bills.
Oh wow, Browns. That comes to a surprise. He'll be playing against his brother.
He probably wants to play. He probably wants to play against his brothers.
Competition.
But yeah, it's the 3 teams he said he wants to play for. So he had like a big list, but he took it down to 3.
I like the way
have a good defense though, and I think
they do.
You know, Myles Garrett and JJ Watt.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, but think about it. I feel like JJ Watt just sounds a lot better with the Bills. I mean, the Bills already have a really good defense. Now imagine if they added JJ Watt to it. They would literally have the best defense in the NFL, because that's what they were leading with in the playoffs. They had the best defense, and you could obviously tell. Like, didn't they beat the Green Bay Packers?
The Bills? We didn't play them this season. but he's gonna be wearing this color. He's gonna be wearing this color.
Yeah, I
This
honestly
color.
think so. I think he's going to Green Bay.
Sahar, put that jersey away. No, he's not. No.
Right.
The
But
thing
no,
is,
honestly, I would like to see him with the Bills. I really would.
I would love so too because I really like Josh Allen, and but just how you're arguing the Bills, I could argue Green Bay because look how much success Green Bay had. What if JJ Watt is just that one piece that they need, to get over the slump,
Yeah.
We need two pieces. We need somebody helping our front seven. JJ Watt helps with stopping the run game.
Exactly.
We suck stopping the run game, and we need a linebacker behind JJ Watt. We need
Not only that, you guys need to get help for Aaron Rodgers, bro. He's doing everything with nothing.
Okay. Speaking of help, I know this is a long time ago, but my question is, a lot of people were blaming the loss of the Kansas City Chiefs because of the offensive linemen. How far can you take that argument?
Wait, I could take that so far, dude. The offensive line is who protects Patrick Mahomes, and you saw how their defense. You saw the first time how they played against them. The offensive line was healthy. You saw, and I think the first quarter they blew them. Kansas City blew out Tampa. The second time their offensive line wasn't healthy. They only had like 2 starters out of everybody there, and you saw the difference with their healthy offensive line and without. It would be a totally different ball game.
But you could also argue that Buccaneers, like in the second half of the season, they
got
flipped
better.
the switch and they got better. Like their defense in the beginning of the season wasn't communicating. Obviously, it was a new team. You're bringing Tom Brady, bringing so many other players, and coming together. It took time, and finally, when they clicked, dude. And
Thank you. They
they surprised people. Like I honestly thought that Green Bay was going to take them, and they blew out Green Bay.
It was a close game at the end.
Come on, dude. Like
it was a close. What was the score? What was the score?
Garbage time points don't count,
bro. Not
That's
even,
funny.
bro.
Hey, but Aaron Rodgers outplayed Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers deserved the W, but it was
he totally did.
King's fault.
It was our defense fault.
Yeah.
Total defense. We had one player. Our defense would carry.
Come on, bro. That's funny.
Bro, what was the score? The score was 31-26, bro.
Garbage time points don't count.
31-20.
When they start putting their third string cornerbacks, it don't matter if Sahara.
All right. Moving on from this topic. JJ Watt, I'll see you in Green Bay. What else? Oh, now I want Nate to introduce this topic with Russ because I know he likes Russ as a quarterback a lot.
Oh, dude. Okay, I freaking love Russ as a quarterback. Honestly, I would like to see him give one more shot with Seattle, and I know he's played with them forever. But I did remember something that they were talking about that Russ was trying to organize the offense, and he kind of left the facility pretty mad because he kind of everything that he brought up, they would kind of dismiss it. But one of the top teams that Russ said that he would get traded to would be the Cowboys. And if say that would be the conversation, Dak or Russell Wilson, I feel like the Cowboys should diss Dak and pick up Russell Wilson. But I don't think the Cowboys are willing to pay what Russell Wilson demands. But I feel like Wilson is just way better than Prescott. I mean, it sucks because he's hurt right now.
Absolutely.
But still, dude, Russell Wilson is just – he could throw really well in the pocket. He could scramble really well. He could read the blitz really well. And, he's just that game-changing player.
Yeah, exactly.
So when it comes to that, I freaking love Russ. I really do. And what he's doing with Seattle's freaking dope with DK Metcalf and Tyron Lockett and all them. And they were playing really well. But I feel like that the game where they lost is I feel like they depended too much on Russell Wilson to do something because a lot of players are getting frustrated. You got DK Metcalf getting frustrated, and then 2 plays later they got a pick 6. So the team in itself was falling apart because of their own performance. And I feel like a lot of people kind of blame that game on Russ, making him saying okay, we need Russ to do something. We need Russ to do this. We need Russ to do that. And the Super Bowl where they lost and he threw the pick 6 literally at the half-yard line when they could have given it to freaking beast mode Marshawn Lynch, but then they didn't. So it would suck to see him leave, but if he does leave, I feel like it'd be the best bet to go to the Cowboys.
I think he's in a similar situation that Aaron Rodgers is in Green Bay Packers. Carrying the team, to the conference finals, to the NFC Championship and stuff, and he's making the team better. Like that Green Bay Packers would not be Green Bay Packers if they had Dak Prescott. You know, the Seattle Seahawks wouldn't be.
Bro.
The Seattle Seahawks wouldn't be good if they didn't have Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So I think they either have to meet their demands or they need to get rid of him because they're unhappy.
I want to say something, and he has to be. I feel like each quarterback should be like Tom Brady. Tom Brady wasn't happy in New England. He said he wanted more weapons. New England couldn't get him more weapons, so what he did, he dipped, and now he got weapons.
And now he has a ring for the first time with Tampa Bay. First time with the team, dude. First time. That is why I feel like Tom Brady is better than Aaron Rodgers. I'm saying.
He's the most accomplished quarterback. He's not better than him. Football's team sport. He's on the field half of the time. He's not on the field full time.
Okay. I'm not saying it's all by himself.
Now, I'm gonna ask you this question: are you saying ability wise, or are you talking like mentality and like allocates?
Okay, ability wise, I feel like Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady.
Okay,
I'm saying that now.
I just wanted to clarify that.
But as in mentality wise, and as in putting a team together and being a captain, Aaron Rodgers is really good. Like you said, he did carry the Green Bay Packers to the final. But Tom Brady, man, okay, like you've never heard of this before. Tom Brady going to a brand new team, his first year, takes them all the way to the Super Bowl and destroys the Kansas City Chiefs. Then that's when you can bring up, with the offensive linemen, the front seven were trash and stuff. But besides that, the games that they played in, the points that they proved, and Tom Brady's the overall GOAT of football, and no one's going to ever compare to him because of what he does like that. And that's why I say, I feel like ability-wise, yes, Aaron Rodgers is better, but if you're talking about other things like accomplishments and the way he puts a team together, Tom Brady's a lot better.
Just think about what Kansas City said in the Super Bowl when they interviewed Bruce Arians and the GM. They're like, when we brought Tom Brady, we gave him all power. Like, we let him decide and make every decision. Like, this is your team. And that makes the difference between Tom Brady and other quarterbacks.
Yeah. How about you, Sahar? We got to elaborate.
What was that?
I was like, Tom Brady and Deshaun Watson, look at the difference.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, okay. I was telling, like, in recent, like, past episodes before, Tom Brady, I mean, everybody's going to say he's a GOAT because he has all his rings. But I don't think, like, if I would start a franchise and both of them coming out the draft, if I would want Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, I would take Aaron Rodgers.
Wait, coming out the draft?
Yeah, like imagine they come out the draft.
Like if it was all over again.
All over again. If they were both in the same draft.
But they still have the same accomplishments, right? Like they're still like Tom Brady grows up to be the GOAT like he is now.
Well,
do the outcomes change? Because, okay, like for instance, Tom Brady was literally the last pick of the draft. The last pick. Okay. Then one of the games of first-string quarterback got hurt. They brought in Tom Brady, and then Tom Brady started building up from there. And he literally became the GOAT. So would it still be the same outcome as in today? If that makes sense.
I don't know. I just know I'll pick Aaron Rodgers over Tom Brady any day.
I think that's a bias because you're a freaking.
That's Green Bay, yeah.
No, as talent-wise, as a quarterback, I would take. I just because a little bit biased, maybe, but Aaron Rodgers to me, bro. He's a great. He's the greatest thrower of the football. I can make that.
Bro, no one would choose Tom Brady if it was out of the draft. No one picked him up. He literally was a last-minute decision from New England. They're just like, you know what, we'll just pick him up, right? So I feel like out of the draft, everyone would choose Aaron Rodgers. But if Tom Brady, okay, I feel like if they started working with Tom Brady a little bit more, I think maybe he could have showed out a little bit more when he was younger, just because of the fact that, I mean, that's a hard question because we don't know how he would play.
I have a better question. Okay, say you're the owner of the Jets, right? And you could either pick prime Aaron Rodgers or prime Tom Brady. Both of them in their prime. Who would you pick? You're the owner of the Jets, one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Josh, go ahead.
If I was the owner of the Jets and I had to choose between Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, I would sell the team The Jets are the Jets. It doesn't matter who you get.
Yeah, that's facts.
It doesn't matter who you get. It's not going to help your organization.
I would sell the team.
But I, in their prime, because like when they were saying like mentality wise and everything, Tom Brady is the better quarterback. Like agility wise, like Aaron Rodgers can throw dimes on the run and everything. Like, and I don't doubt Aaron Rodgers' talent. I think he's the best quarterback, in some aspects. But in their prime, it depends on the team. Honestly, it really just depends on the team. It depends on the system. It depends on the weapons. It depends on who you have on the roster. Like if you switch teams, Aaron Rodgers, who's to say that Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have won the Super Bowl with the Bucs this season? Who's to
Okay,
say?
now let's reverse the question. So say if it was Aaron Rodgers' first year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, do you think he would have had the same outcome as Tom Brady?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why.
With that defense?
Yeah.
Do you think they would win the Super Bowl?
Yes, no doubt.
That's why I mentioned it.
Really?
No doubt.
Okay.
All right. I'm not sure.
That's actually why I mentioned it, because if you put Tom Brady in the Packers or swap teams, I think Aaron Rodgers beats Tom Brady. Like he would have won the Super Bowl as well.
Okay, let me tell you the stats for that game.
Sorry to interrupt. Like before you get there, you also have to take into consideration the age. Tom Brady is not the Tom Brady of 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, I believe, is like 5 years younger than Tom Brady, around there. He was drafted in 2005. Tom Brady was drafted in 2005. So there's probably a 5-year difference. So, Tom Brady from 5 years ago, there's a big difference.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Okay, now back to the game where the Buccaneers beat Green Bay Packers 31-26. Okay, the passing yards between Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady went for 280 yards with 20 to 36. Aaron Rodgers threw for 346 yards for 33 out of 48. Okay, Tom Brady threw 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and Aaron Rodgers threw 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. So I feel like that does say a lot about both of the quarterbacks.
That's why I said earlier, like Aaron Rodgers beat Tom Brady in that matchup. The defense lost the game that game because Aaron Rodgers outplayed Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this no more.
Okay, hold on. I have a question for you guys. Since I'm a guest, I want to ask you guys. Okay, we have Sahara, who's a Green Bay Packers fan, and then we got Nate, who's a Cowboys fan. Now, my question is, now that the off season is going to begin, they can start signing people. What do you think is your team's main priority this off season?
Okay, I'll go first because mine's going to be really simple. Bottom line, the Cowboys are trash. Okay. I've tried to. I feel like everyone at one point in time gets like one of those like bandwagon passes. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I'm gonna take that soon. No, I'm just kidding. But no, dude, like honestly, I've had my faith in the Cowboys for the past like 3 years, and they've just been playing really garbage. They started switching up the coach, no difference. Dak Prescott joined, Ezekiel Elliott joined. They were playing really well, and then now last season they were saying that Ezekiel Elliott was probably at his lowest point in his career.
Absolutely.
Which doesn't help us at all. Dak Prescott went out with an injury. Then Andy Dalton came in, and then he got injured for a bit. So it was like everything was just falling apart. So honestly, I don't know where to begin. Maybe we'll give Mike McCarthy another try, but I feel like we should let go of Zeke and probably Dak Prescott. We should let go of both of them because Dak Prescott is asking for he's a franchise tag quarterback. So right now he's kind of fighting for his pay. But after he got injured, I didn't know what was going to happen with the team. So seeing Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott gone and bringing players like Russell Wilson or bringing a running back like Saquon Barkley, if that ever happened. Like, I feel like those are...
Never happen.
Yeah, that'll never happen. But changes like that will impact the team greatly, I feel. So honestly, I just want to see what they play with and how they switch up the team and how they manage it because I'm starting to lose a little bit of faith and hope in them, but we'll see how they do next season.
Okay, so I think as a 49 fan, obviously, like there's a rivalry. I've always liked the Cowboys. I always talk crap about them all the time, absolutely. But I actually like the Cowboys. I think Dak Prescott is overrated, and I think Zeke is overpaid, like by a
Yes,
lot.
very.
But
Yeah,
I
very.
think, but I think they have a good team. They have weapons and everything. I just
Yeah, they
think
do.
especially in the division they're in, they should be able to win that division very easily.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the worst division in the NFL. So I think make small changes to help. I
yeah,
think this offseason, as you said, get rid of Zeke. That contract is haunting you guys. So get rid of Zeke or try to get something for him. And I think you guys are, sadly, I think you guys are going to stay with Dak Prescott. You guys are going to
yeah,
franchise tag him and then eventually pay him $45 million a year
yeah. Which
because
is,
he's a fan favorite, and the Dallas Cowboys are not going to want to get rid of the face the people love.
yeah.
All right. I guess I'll go with the Green Bay Packers, and then I'm gonna ask Josh about your 49ers because I know you're a 49ers fan. Okay. I just feel like we need to fix our defense. Mostly, Aaron Rodgers could carry the offense, but we should add another wide receiver. We have good tight ends. We have a great offensive line. It could get better. Our quarterback is stat. We don't need to get rid of our quarterback like the Cowboys.
That was
Um,
such a stupid pick, picking up Jordan Love. I'm sorry, I
it
had to
was. It was. It
interrupt you
was.
because
It
that was
was.
so stupid. I think it just pissed off Aaron Rodgers, but it gave him an MVP. So I mean, you could weigh the differences.
Yeah. We need a linebacker. We need both linebackers because both our linebackers we just couldn't find them. I think one opted out, so one right there, and the other one he was just playing terrible. Um, we should get one wide receiver in the draft, and I feel like we could be set. There's no reason why we can't win the Super Bowl next season in LA. Um, yeah, that's it. What about you, Josh?
Okay, I'm gonna give my input for Green Bay.
I'll go.
Okay, so I think number one, you guys lost that game because of your defense. So I
Yes.
think the main priority is getting someone to help defense, and I think it's the defensive line that is lacking. Not only the secondary, being because I think you guys have a really good corner in Jair
Yeah,
Alexander. He's a really
Jair
good corner.
and yeah, and
But it's your guys' nickel corner that struggles. So I think you guys need to get a good secondary, if not a good defensive line. Because if you look at past years, especially like the rivalry that the 49ers have with Green Bay, I remember growing up and BJ Raji was a freaking monster. Like
Yeah,
I don't remember no I don't know if you guys remember him, but BJ Raji like at that time like they didn't even have that good of a defensive line. But you look at BJ Raji and he just demolished guys. Like I remember he was getting sacked
yeah.
like every freaking game against the Niners. So it's like I think it's important to develop defensive line, and I think getting targets for Aaron Rodgers because he's doing everything.
we just need one more weapon on the offense, like a wide receiver, because we have good tight ends, both like our first one and our second one. So I guess you could go now about your 49ers. Hey, before you start, move on from Jimmy G. Move.
Oh, absolutely. I never. Oh, dude, that's the thing that pisses me off. Everyone jumped on the bandwagon immediately. I never liked him, and I'm coming on here to tell you guys I've never liked him. And people will be like, "I bet you did it for it." No, I never liked him. I never liked the contract. I never liked him. Look at the when we first got him at the trade deadline. We got him when we sucked, absolutely sucked, and he came in to win like what 10 games in a row that didn't matter, games that we should have lost so that we could get the first overall pick, but instead we won those games and got like a later draft pick. Like it was pointless. Like the only game that had meaning was when we played the Jaguars and we beat them. It was a major upset, and they didn't get the first seed. So that was like the only game that mattered because at that time the Jaguars were beasts. Since then they fell, but
Yeah.
then the Jaguars were really good. But Jimmy G is not a franchise quarterback. So
Was it that when they were called like Saxonville and like they had like this beast defense, right?
their defense was number
Yeah,
one.
their defense. Yeah, yeah.
And that's the thing. Like if you look at the 49ers like last season when they made the Super Bowl, our defense was freaking amazing. Defense wins
Speaking of defense,
championships.
How do you feel about losing your defensive coordinator? Because now he's with the Jets, isn't he?
I actually like it, because I think Saleh took a lot of credit for some things that he didn't really do. You look at you go to the Seattle Seahawks and you look at the players he was with: Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, all these great players, and then you go to the 49ers, he comes back with Richard Sherman, he comes with Nick Bosa, he comes with, all these good defensive players, and I think he takes credit for what they do, but in reality, I think he struggled to see when the defense needed to adjust. So I kind of like the move of getting, like, letting him go, and, like, I hope he does good with the Jets, but I like the move of letting him go.
So as in credit wise, how much credit would you give Saleh to your guys' defense last year?
I think,
if you could rate it 1 out of 10.
Like, I'm just gonna tell you this: we lost the Super Bowl, one, because the refs screwed us over. I mean, I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna get that out of the way. But the defense, he failed to, like, all we needed to do. It's 3rd and 15. Why are we playing press defense? We should be playing at the line. Like, we should be, having deep zone. It's Patrick Mahomes. All he does is heave it to freaking Tyreek Hill, and that's exactly what happened. So I think
the Wasp play.
Yeah, exactly. The Watkins play. Yeah, exactly. When he burnt freaking Richard Sherman, it's stuff like that. Like, he calls the plays, and he's calling the wrong plays, and the player, or the defensive player, gets called for it or gets all the heat. Like, oh, he made this, but it's like, well, the defensive coordinator, that's what he called. So I think he should take credit for also the downfall.
A lot of people were saying that Kyle Shanahan took the blame for that game. Was Kyle Shanahan the coach for the Atlanta Falcons when they lost against?
That's another thing. He choked.
Yeah, a lot of people say that Kyle Shanahan, he kind of played a little bit scared, because, I mean, last time he was in a situation where they were leading was when Atlanta Falcons played Tom Brady and the Patriots, and Tom Brady freaking made a big-ass comeback. Yeah. Same thing that happened with the 49ers and the Chiefs. So a lot of people were blaming the Kyle Shanahan part on the offensive side. So that's kind of interesting that you say that Robert's. That's kind of interesting that you say that Robert didn't deserve so much credit, because it was like the defense was pulling ends for Kyle Shanahan in his play calling. So that's pretty interesting.
I just want to say one thing. If Deshaun Watson goes to the 49ers, I feel like you guys should automatically become Super Bowl favorites. What the defense you guys have, I think you guys have, like, if you guys are healthy, of course.
Mm-hmm. When healthy,
When healthy, you guys should be Super Bowl favorites if you guys get at least a slightly better quarterback than Jimmy G.
With Jimmy G, imagine with Deshaun Watson.
You guys should win the Super Bowl,
yeah. So I think, like, for the 49ers, Richard Sherman is gone, so we need to get someone to fill in. I think, like, I'm saying this now on this podcast, I think the 49ers are going to be stupid and either draft another defensive line for, like, the 5th straight year, or they're going to draft a quarterback, which is going to really piss me off, because I don't think after Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, I don't really like Mac Jones. I think all Alabama quarterbacks are overrated because of the system they have. It's such a great system. Of course, you put any good quarterback and he's going to do amazing. And I don't really like any of the other quarterbacks. I don't think, the 49ers need a quarterback they could develop. I think they should get Deshaun Watson, a quarterback that's already proven. He has the stats. He's a beast. And give up what you have to give. 7 first-rounders, I do it.
If you guys could get Zach Wilson from BYU, he's a pretty good, but he's young at the same time, so we don't know how his transition to the NFL would be.
There's good quarterbacks like Trey Lance. I like the quarterbacks, but I don't see the 49ers in the situation that we need to develop a quarterback. In the same way, you look at Jordan Love. He was lucky I'm gonna use Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was drafted behind Brett Favre, and he was able to learn from Brett Favre, and now he's all becoming a great quarterback. He's a legend. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure. You look at, if the 49ers draft a quarterback, they're going to be learning from Jimmy G. Is that really who you want your next franchise quarterback to be learning from?
You're right.
Yeah, I got a point.
So you might as well go all in for Deshaun Watson, whatever they're asking for, and I think no matter what, it makes us Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah. So
I
is
could
that in
talk
there?
about I could talk about this topic for like
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
So do you have anything for us, Sahara, or do you feel like we talked about everything we needed to?
We talked about everything. I feel like it was a good show, and I just want to thank Josh for being
Yeah,
our
thanks, Josh.
first.
But you made this pretty funny too.
It was.
Dude, you guys could have me anytime. I shaved last week, so maybe you could get me on when I have a beard.
Dude,
sure.
that'd be sick.
I'll get you on when you have a beard, and I'll make sure to call the episode "Fear the Beard."
There you go.
I got you.
No, but I love talking about sports. I know a lot about sports, so and obviously I love Nate, that cutie over there, and Sahara really well. So, whenever you guys want me, I'm down to do it again.
No
That's
doubt.
good.
Run it back.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys made it this far, this was Nate, Josh from Santa Maria, and I'm Sahara. See you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.